All hail the Clicks crew! Alright guys, today we're taking a look at my top 3 Iron Man Heroclix figures for Modern Age. These are my 3 favorite ones, the ones that I always reach for whenever I'm going to go use an Iron Man. And the best in my opinion. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite Modern Age Iron Man Heroclix figure is. I always enjoy reading that stuff. Before we get into this video, I want to let you know that Mr. Clicksflix is sponsored by Lucky Dice Cafe out of Huntsville, Alabama, home of the ROC. No matter if you're in the United States or around the world, Lucky Dice Cafe has the winning role for our gaming needs. You can visit them at luckydicecafe.com or on their Facebook page using the link found in the description of this video. Mr. Clicksflix is also sponsored by trollandtoad.com, one of the largest online gaming retailers. Visit trollandtoad.com and use the promo code Mr. Clicksflix for 5% off your Heroclix order today. Alright guys, so we're now going to take a look at my 3 favorite ones. These are in no particular order, and then at the end of the video, we are going to go ahead and build a 300-point Modern Age team utilizing one of those Iron Men. So, first one we're going to go ahead and take a look at is Iron Man number F1901, and this is a free comic book day Iron Man based off of the rare Secret Wars Battle World Iron Man, and this is probably my favorite sculpt in Modern Age. It's off the chains. If you have the opportunity to get one of these, independent of where this ends up falling in this video, just for the sculpt alone, it's good to buy one just to have it on your desk because it's that cool looking. So this particular one has the Battle World, the Valley, Armor, Past, and Scientist keywords. He has one special on his attack, which is Flame Cannon, Energy Explosion. When Iron Man uses it, he deals penetrating damage, so that's really cool there. He's got 2 different point lines, 125 points and 65 points. And then at 125, he has a 6 range dual target, 8 movement with running shot, 11 attack with that special, 18 defense, invulnerability, indomitability, and 4 damage with outwit. Then at 65 points, he has a 6 movement with running shot, 10 attack with that special, 17 defense, toughness, indomitability, and 3 damage with perplex. I like this one a lot because he has the 2 different point lines. Iron Men tend to be pretty expensive, so this is a nice low point option, and that penetrating energy explosion catches a lot of players off guard, so I like that. The next one we're going to go ahead and take a look at is Iron Man number 065 from the Earth X Heroclix set. I'm sorry, 056 from the Earth X Heroclix set. He's a super rare. He has the Avengers, Earth X, Stark Industries, Armor, Robot, and Scientist. I'm sorry, Armor. Yeah, Robot and Scientist keywords. He has a trait special on his attack, defense, and damage. His first trait is Iron Avengers, and the bystanders printed on this card are Iron Avengers. At the beginning of the game, generate 2 different Iron Avengers. Whenever an Iron Avenger is KO'd, after resolutions, roll a d6. 1 or 2, deal Iron Man 1 unavoidable damage. So he's basically a pog spawner, and then he also works with something else that we'll get into here in a second. Special on his attack is, I have a mission for you. Power, generate an Iron Avenger that isn't already on the map. So that's pretty cool there. We're going to take a look at what the Iron Avengers are here in a second. Special on his defense is, leave it to the billionaire to buy the world some time. Stop. Invincible. In this game, Iron Man can't be healed above this click. Then he has a special on his damage called Iron Manor. Colossal size. When Iron Man hits the highest point opposing character on the map, after resolutions, generate an Iron Avenger that isn't already on the map, protected outwit. Very cool. So what do the Iron Avengers look at like? What do they do? So the ones that are printed on this card are Monolith, who's basically a giant man, sidestepper close combat, Steel Bow, who's basically Hawkeye, and Sting. And then you can also play him with the Iron Avengers map. This is a really cool figure to use. When you use him, you're not necessarily playing him for his dial. He's 125 points. As you can see, he's got a few basically activation clicks where he's using barrier, and the Iron Avengers are doing work, and then he does eventually get knocked onto some running shot clicks and stuff, where he is a very powerful force to be reckoned with. But this is just a cool alternate version of Iron Man where it's the Iron Avengers doing the work. And I like it just because I like that UAV style. of team. And the third and final Iron Man that's going to be on this list is Iron Man number 001 from the Black Panther and the Illuminati Heroclix set. So this one is an easy one to get. This is a common, and he has a few good things here if we can get him focused up. He's got the Avengers, Illuminati, Shield, Stark Industry, Armor, and Scientist keywords. So all the keywords you want for an Iron Man, he has. He's got a special on his movement and a special on his defense. Special on his movement is Earthbound, Stabilizer, Repulse, or Failure. Earthbound, Neutralize, Sidestep. So there's that. And then a special on his defense is Self-Repairing System Online. Regeneration Toughness. When Iron Man uses regeneration, after resolutions, he may make an attack. So that's really cool there. I've caught a lot of people off guard with that. And then here he is. He's 90 points, has the Avengers team ability, 6 range dual target, 10 movement with hypersonic speed and the flight ability, 11 attack, 18 defense, invulnerability, and indomitability for damage. So this is who I reach for when I want kind of that mid-tier, almost 10 poly, but he's like my second string attacker. So I really like this Iron Man a lot. So which Iron Man is my favorite to have for team building for modern age events? Well, it depends on what I'm trying to do, but generally my favorite one to grab, at least right now, is this Iron Man number F19001. I love the sculpt on it. I think it's cool. He does enough Iron Man-y type things that it feels like Iron Man, and he's got a cool special with that penetrating damage, energy explosion, which I feel like catches a lot of people off guard. And then he's good and flexible on point values, either the 125 or the 65. So this is who I reach for a lot. So now that we've established what my favorite Iron Man is for modern age, let's go ahead and talk about how we are going to maximize him for modern age play. So first things first is we're going to go ahead and give him a piece of equipment, and what we're going to do is we're going to give him the lightning ring, and it's when this character uses Thunderbolt to target more than one character, increase damage dealt to each hit character by +1. So I believe this stacks with the energy explosion, so he'd be able to deal 3 penetrating damage, which is pretty cool, and that's pretty significant on the right team. That's enough to win you a game right there. So what are we going to do after that? So in order to make use of the energy explosion, we got to make sure that our opponent's teams are clustered together, and we can't always be guaranteed that our opponents are going to be running teams that require them to be in a tight formation. So we're going to help them be in a tight formation. So the first figure we're going to go ahead and reach for is going to be MODOK from the Captain America and the Avengers Heroclix set, and we're going to be playing him at his lower point value, the 75 point one, and this is going to be a scientist theme team, so this is going to be an unnamed theme team, but it's still going to be pretty cool. So what do we got for MODOK here? Why are we running him? We're going to use him. He's got the scientist keyword, obviously. He's got this one trait, which is you thought you had me, Captain America. Energy shield deflection once per game. When MODOK would be hit with a ranged attack, you may instead choose that he evaded it. If you do, MODOK can't use energy shield deflection the rest of the game. Protected pulse wave. So basically a 1 out, which is pretty cool. And then he's got this special on his movement, which he starts with on his lower point dial, which is sidestep, mind control. When MODOK uses mind control after resolutions, deal penetrating damage equal to his printed damage value divided amongst the targets. So we're dealing penetrating damage again to people that were hit by something else, and mind control. So what we're going to be able to do is mind control characters with MODOK, move them in the close proximity of each other, and then do penetrating damage with Iron Man. So at the 75 point dial, we have a 7 range triple target, 8 movement with that special, 11 attack, 18 defense with invulnerability, and 3 damage with probability control and the giant size. So that's pretty cool there. And like I said, the mind control is really good. He's able to triple target, so he has the potential to. He can divide it however he wants, but he can deal 3 penetrating damage to one character, or 1 to 3 of them. It doesn't matter, but that's just a way to get your opponent to possibly cluster up figures. That's one way to do it. And then for another character that's going to be on this team is going to be another one. I feel like MODOK is more of a Rogues Gallery for Iron Man, and we're going to go ahead and tap into the Rogues Gallery again for Iron Man, and we're reaching for Captain America and the Avengers, the Mandarin. I feel like this guy is just a big help. He's going to be really good and really helpful, and you're going to see why. There's going to be some add-ons for him when we get going with this team. So he has the Scientist keyword also. He has this first trait, which is 3 through 30 points. The Rings of Power. Basically, he starts the game with any number of Mandarin rings attached, but you only pay 3 points instead of 5 points. So there you go. And then he can't be equipped with anything else. Then he has this other trait, which is Chi Manipulation. Toughness. When Mandarin attacks a character with the armor keyword, that character can't use defense powers that attack. So that's just something neat there. Might not come up, but when it does, it'll be big. And then he's got this special on his damage, which is it always comes at a price. Free. Choose Outwit, Perplex, or Probability Control. Mandarin can use the chosen power until your next turn. You may instead choose all 3 powers, but if you do, at the end of your turn, deal him 1 unavoidable damage. So that could come up big if you needed it to, but normally I'd just pick 1, unless I need, like I was going to be able to finish the game that turn. So he's 70 points, 7 range, dual target, 9 movement with running shot, 11 attack with precision strike, 18 defense, energy shield deflection, 3 damage with that special. So we are going to be taking advantage of equipping him with some rings to begin the game with. So first thing we're going to do is we are going to give him the Liar Ring. So it gives him mind control, equipped characters, minimum range value when using mind control, outwit or perplex is 10. So we're giving him an extra 3 range with this for mind control, outwit, or perplex. All powers are going to be ones that he can use. When you equip this, because it gives mind control. So he's able to get a hold of all of those, and it increases his range by 3. And since you're not using perplex, you're pretty likely to catch an opponent not paying attention to the increase in range from this. So there's that there. Then, and the same thing with his mind control is, you're going to get them to cluster together with MODOK, with him and MODOK, and then Energy Explosion with Iron Man. Then we're also going to equip him with the Spin Ring, which is telekinesis free. Choose a character within 3 squares line of fire. Place that character in an adjacent square. So this is just another way to get your opponent to cluster up figures. The telekinesis is nice. You can use that on your team to TK out Iron Man or TK him back or something like that. But really what you're hoping to do is utilize the free move a square. So there's that one. Next, we're going to give him the Zero Ring because this is going to give him barrier, incapacitate. Barrier is free, but only to generate 1 marker. The 1 marker barrier is actually really strong right now. There's a lot of maps that you can shut down about half the board with like 1 or 2 pieces of barrier. So that's good. And then it gives him incapacitate, and he has 2 targets anyway, so dual target incapacitate is really strong in my opinion too. So we're going to give him that. And then lastly, we're going to round him out with the Incandescent Ring. Energy Explosion. When this character uses it, damage dealt is penetrating. So there are some points left over on this team, so I want you guys to go ahead and let me know what you would do with those in the comments below. I always enjoy reading that. And we're going to talk about how specifically we're going to use this team. So, MODOK is giant size, and he flies. Neither of these other 2 guys fly. So you can use him to taxi around a bit if you want to. Nobody except for Iron Man has Indom, so you do need to be cognizant of your action economy when you're doing that. But basically the idea is Mandarin starts with the rings already. So you TK the lightning ring back to Iron Man, you power action equip it, and then you just kind of chill there for a turn. Then, depending on what map you do, you're going to maneuver around the board, and what you want to do in a perfect world is you want to get your opponent to cluster their figures together. So you've got a triple target mind control with MODOK, and you've got a dual target mind control with the Mandarin. So you're able to mind control 5 different figures, get them to cluster up, and that's on top of making them attack each other too. So that's something to think of too. All while this is going on, while you're just getting them in formation, they're attacking each other. So you do that. You get them clustered up, then you utilize the spin ring to place another one, so you have the chance at manipulating 5 or 6 figures. If you want, you're dealing your penetrating damage with MODOK, and then you're dealing the penetrating energy explosion with Iron Man, and then he does have Mandarin does have the incandescent ring. So if, like, let's say your opponent just has a 3-figure force, and MODOK's mind control will just get them all in place, you just do that, and then you can use the incandescent ring to energy explosion, penetrating damage, so that they all get it. So you're able to deal, let's see here, 2, 5, 6, probably 6 penetrating damage to an entire force, 6 clicks per figure. That should be enough to KO a lot of forces. So I think that's a really cool strategy there. You guys let me know what you think of this team in the comments below. I always enjoy reading that stuff. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, give it a share. It really helps keep me motivated to make these videos. That's all I have for you today. As always, please remember that it's only critical miss if you don't have probability control.